Welcome back, guys. A little foggy. Sorry for the brief hiatus with Thanksgiving and some other family things. Kind of took a little time off, as well as the farm and trucking's been slow. Trucking always gets slow this time of year. But let's go outside and see what the weather looks like. Well, would you look at that? It's a balmy, I don't know, like between 10 and 15 degrees right now. Got a few inches of snow overnight with high winds, so there's some drifting. True Michigan fashion, we got 3 inches of snow before the ground ever froze. So the wife, she always wakes up before me. She's the morning person, I'm not. I'd rather be up till 3 in the morning than wake up at before 6. So she got up this morning, cut tracks with the tractor, so that basically means just pack the snow down so frost can get in the ground. The ground was actually drier than we thought, so that's good. But then we just did milk, which is always fun because the calves cannot stand cold milk and it's 10 degrees, and yeah, just not a good time. So she's gonna haul manure for a little bit and I'm gonna take care of the kiddo. The kid doesn't like being outside when it's this cold and snowy either. It's hard for her to walk. And then this afternoon, I'm gonna go out and haul manure while she runs her store. Let's see if the old girl wants to start. Good morning, guys. Well, girl and boys. How's this weather for you? At least you got your curtains and your steel up, so most of you can't get snowy. Old tractors like to bleed power, so turn the power on, and then yeah, screw broke, so that's cool. Ooh. Ooh. It's cold enough that the fuel lines, pretty sure that's just condensation off the engine that's freezing on the outside of the fuel lines, but always check the oil. Just 1/8 of an inch low, but I know it does not go lower than that, so we're all set. She ain't pretty, but for a 200 horsepower tractor, you won't get much cheaper. That wasn't much of a cold start. I forgot she was running at like an hour and a half, 2 hours ago, so there's still quite a bit of heat in the engine and oil. Hydraulics are still pretty cold though. You can see there's a little bit of a delay in the steering, so they didn't get warmed up this morning. Before we load this thing with manure, we're gonna do the good old make sure things aren't frozen. Can't see crap out of this window, but things are moving, so that's good. Old thirsty girl needs a drink before she starts work. You know, like everybody should. We're gonna leave that run for 5-10 minutes so she gets out here so she has a warm cab. I try to be a good husband on occasion. Little ones just enjoying their snow globes. Thankful. Just thankful that they're not outside today. I can just hear them saying right now in their own little heads, "I'm so thankful we're not on pasture. It'd be so cold." Did you guys have a good nap? Hi, Longface. Oh, hey. How are you, buddy? How you doing, friend? What do you think of this, Pop? Had a customer stop in and get a quarter beef. Nice chunk of change in the pocket, right? Right? Big dummy. Yeah, big dummy. You got a nice big old drool hang there. It's kind of gross. If it gets real bad, I got a set of tire chains for the tractor, but I really hate putting them on. So I try not to do that. Dear. The old truck's sitting today. It's been sitting all week actually, but I got a load tomorrow, so we'll be back moving tomorrow. Just things are real slow this time of year, unfortunately. Not unless you're with a feed company. There's no dirt work going on. There's no grain to move really, because harvest just got done, so what people want to move is moved. Another load headed to the field. It's not quite as high on this side because I'm going up the hill, but she's full. As full as I'm going to get her. Now it's time to play two-wheel drive tractor on ice and snow. Oh, the joys. Freaking door. Yeehaw! Come on, old girl. We made her. Taller bobcat or a shorter spreader so I can fill in the middle, but whatever. When things are cheap, you buy it. Usually the first thing to go is this hill turns into ice, and then we can't get up the hill, but we're gonna go as long as we can. I spun a little bit last time. I'm hoping I can get all the rest of this manure, which is probably 5 more loads. Then the dairy manure, which is probably 15 loads out up this hill. And how can you not love this just quiet sound guard? There's no insulation really left in this cab. The door doesn't seal. All the seals are junk in the straight pipe. This sucker is loud. We always joke, my cousin lives about a quarter mile that way. And he always laughs because he gets up early to go trucking, and he always says, I can tell when you're hauling shit because I can hear you. I can hear the tractor going across the field. That's how loud it is. Still a little bit of mud, but we got to haul manure. Just keep her moving and you'll be fine. This is a field my father-in-law farms. He wants us to cover it with manure, which is great because it's accessible right through the back of our farm. Not a bad job. It's just cold, and unfortunately it seems like in Michigan in the winter we are always fighting either ice, snow, or too much mud. Sometimes I just wish it would, I think my voice just cracked. Sometimes I just wish the ground would freeze before it would snow. It's better than last year though. Last year I was plowing, or we were plowing passes of snow so the tractor could drive through. My dream list is very high, but I'm hoping within 3 years we can replace this tractor with some sort of 200 horsepower, 250 horsepower four-wheel drive tractor, or front wheel assist, sorry. This tractor's been good. It's the first tractor I ever bought. It's a John Deere 4840 at 79. It's been a good tractor. For what I paid for it, it's done us well. I've put probably, well now the transmission went out this summer, I've put just over 20 grand into it, but she gets the job done for now, and A four-wheel drive tractor would be so nice. Someday in the future, I'm hoping to farm this, as well as the field behind our farm, but for now the father-in-law farms it. He's still got an operating dairy, but this is about 10 miles from his place. It's one of his furthest fields, so I'm hoping in the next few years here he'll let go of the lease and let me lease it. But he owns this field behind the farm, and hopefully I can buy that here in a couple of years. My wife and I can, and then hopefully this field's right behind it. It's about 25 acres. Hopefully I can take the lease over on that too. It's such a fine snow because it's so cold. Michigan, you usually get lake effect big flakes. But these, it's only 12, 13 degrees. These are just tiny little flakes coming down, but there's a lot of them. This is the piece behind our farm I'm talking about. Kind of a goofy shape, but I'm not sure, including our pasture, and there's a 100-foot easement between our farm and our house that they own. That's 57 acres, so I want to say this field's probably around 50, I'm guessing. That kind of shows how much it's snowing. A wee bit snowy out. But the old two-wheel drive with duals is getting her done. At my old job, we had a little saying: if you've always ran Bobcat, go run something else and you'll never want to run Bobcat ever again. I wasn't raised with Bobcat, I was raised with deer, gale, and cat. Oh, I don't like that thing. But it was cheap, it works. That's what my wife grew up on, so she runs it more than I do. Over here at pile number 2, this is all dairy scrape outs and heifer cleaning, so it's a little more sloppy. But 14 loads from the other pile, and now we'll start on this one. Won't get it done tonight, but tomorrow we'll get it done. Kind of a pain in the neck to get back here. You got back between the hutches and between that conveyor. I think I should take that conveyor out personally, but there'll probably be another 16 loads or so back here. So we'll get done with it tomorrow. I forgot how heavy wet shit is. I may or may not have got stuck in the driveway on ice, and then had to give her the beans to get up the hill out the back of the farm. The biggest flaw with this farm is everything is sloped down to the milk house. Even the driveways have a little curve on them. And to go to all the fields, you gotta go up hills. But I got it. Sorry. I got out of it. Just took some creative driving. Ay, ay, ay. It's still snowing. We probably got, I don't know, 4 inches on the ground, I'm guessing. And it's still coming down. It's supposed to keep coming down till I think 3 or 4 a.m. tomorrow, which I hope it quits by then. Because I gotta run in the GR and and the highway that goes into there is a slick, icy mess anytime it snows. So hopefully it gets done sooner than later. This is gonna be my last load for the day. It's 5 o'clock, so I'm gonna haul this one, and then I'm gonna go straight on chores. I'm gonna start feeding calves and such. I had a late night last night. Yeah, I just want to be done on time. It's cold, it's snowy. Chores aren't much fun in this. Nothing's much fun in this. I like snow and I like winter. I'll take this over 85 and sunny, but just still, things aren't that much fun in this weather. Well, that was a quick change of plans. I did chores last night and got ticked off at the calves because calves bring out the worst in people. It was cold and super windy, and calves weren't drinking, and I was pissed off by the end of it. So my wife is going to start on chores, and I'm going to haul a couple more loads. So I get to play with the ice, she gets to play with dumb calves. So sounds like we both lose. I might go a little lighter on this next load. As you can see, I spun the entire way up this hill. Even back there on the driveway, I was spinning. So I might back it off, you know, a couple thousand pounds. Give me a little better chance. To show you what I mean, that hill we just came down is the hill up into the field. Then the ground right here behind the barn is actually slightly higher. So there's a small hill here. As you can see, that's where I got stuck, because there's a little bit of a NASCAR corner right here. Just a little bit of a banked turn up a hill. It's not normally that bad. Well, depending. Once it gets really, really cold and there's just a permanent layer of ice down, then it's that bad. But the problem is, it just keeps frickin' snowing. So what we do clear off with a pass gets covered up with just a tiny little inch of snowflakes, which just turns it into a skating rink. All right, round two. I should be about 3,000 pounds lighter this time, roughly. So hopefully I got a better chance of giving myself a little bit better of a chance. Let's not get stuck in the driveway this time. Got Rufus standing guard. It's getting dark. I wish I had a head cam. Yeah, I'm just being pushed sideways by the spreader. Give her a little more anger. See if we can make it through this time without getting her stuck. Come on, baby. Oh, oh. That wasn't the hard part. This is the hard part right here. Getting up this little guy. Oh yeah, we got her. Woo! Fun every time. Now time for the big hill. Now's my favorite part about spreading in the winter, because we don't have anywhere warm to park a spreader and tractor. Gotta scrape out as much manure as I can around this auger, so hopefully it frees up nice and easy in the morning. Don't break anything. Got chores done. Started up this whole girl. She didn't really like starting much, and it's supposed to get 10 degrees colder tonight. So I am going to park it somewhere where I can plug it in so she starts right up in the morning. Also gonna move this over by the barn so we can plug this in, because the wife's gonna go haul a few loads of manure tomorrow. And I really don't feel like burning up a starter, burning up a battery. It's just easier to plug things in if you can. I'm not gonna plug it in now, But when I leave tomorrow morning around 6, I'll plug this in, so it'll be plugged in for about 2 hours before she tries to start it. Should be plenty warm. It was a couple degrees warmer this morning. I have a high torque starter, whatever they're called on this tractor, but the batteries are a couple years old. And the wife said it did a lot of cranking this morning, so it's gonna be 5 degrees colder. I'm gonna just plug that in. It's way easier. These calves won't shut up. Can you tell who got moved out of their hutches and gets cold water instead of hot water now? Are you guys needy? Are you mad? It's a big change when they get weaned, going from warm milk to warm water to cold water all within about 10 days. They really don't like it. But 3 or 4 days from now, they'll get over it. Sorry, can't have heated water for everybody. I actually think I'm gonna run this thing around the block and blow all the snow off it I can. And it just cranked over hard, so I'm gonna charge the battery a little bit before I plug it in. Running around the block isn't that much, but it's something. Yeah, I'm about out of fuel. Lovely. Might be a bit overkill, but with how hard it started, I want these batteries to be at full power tomorrow when I start it. And like I said, I just want to get as much snow as I can off this truck. Pay attention to videoing more than driving, as well as just being as cautious as possible. And I want to take this thing for a little spin. I've never driven this truck in subpar roads, and I gotta take it on a little trip empty tomorrow, so just want to make sure I know what I'm getting myself into. Got everything situated. Oh, stink bug, yeah. I'll get it in a second, honey. Gonna cook up some bacon, make some chicken bacon sliders. Everything's prepared. This is the end of the video, so thanks, guys. Sage, can you say bye-bye? Can you say bye-bye? Thanks for watching, guys.